I did ask myself, what is my making? And what is maybe the most fundamental form of making, which is the ability to form something from nothing. And I immediately thought about what we do as humans, which is we draw a line, and we lay a mark, and we make a path where there was none before. And I think right now, because we've laid a very heavy path on the world, we're thinking a lot about what is the responsibility of that making in an age of technological extension, when the ability to project our bodily presence is greater than the reach of our hand.
Anne Hamilton is an American visual artist who emerged in the early 1980s, primarily known for her large-scale multimedia installation. She is from Lima, Ohio. Here we have a book featuring artworks created by Anne Hamilton. Current exhibits in the Cleveland Museum of Art, which you can see through April 19th, 2026, has been 8 years in the making. Anne Hamilton, Still and Moving, the Tactile Image. Hamilton's exhibition at the Cleveland Museum of Art focuses on a medium that has become increasingly important to her: photography. Hamilton has used a handheld scanner to bring to life objects in the museum's collection that are rarely on display. Figurative ceramics and cliché figures from the 1600s to the 1800s. Floor-to-ceiling images. Sculptures fill the walls and surround the viewer in the museum's photography gallery. The result is overall a visually stunning exhibition with monumental images that explore the relationship between senses. Sight, touch, and language told through photography, video, and sound. The sculptures become characters joined together in a story that is implied but never told.
I don't know what to do with that word, really. Maybe a word that's more interesting for me is like flexibility. How do you stay flexible, and how do you stay responsive, and that how do you make a context or condition for things to remain fluid? It's really about trust. How do you cultivate the situation that allows you to trust your own process, trust the ability to respond? And usually I think when we try to define things and contain things, it's because we're full of fear. As an artist, or whatever someone's work is, that you're always trying to make permission to do something you don't already know. That's where creativity is. It isn't a process really that you can describe. I think that you're continuing to change, and you hope that can be creative.
Another one of her works that I find interesting is Indigo Blue. Created in 1991, Indigo Blue is located in an old garage off the center of the historic district of Charleston, South Carolina. This was part of a festival which commissioned artists to select sites and work in the response to social history and contemporary context of the city. In the center of the space is a 17 by 24 steel platform, piled with 14,000 pounds of blue work clothing. It was piled layer by layer, formed by hands and shirts, and it was about the size of a semi-truck. At the back of the space, obscured from view by the pile, an attendant sat and erased slim blue books at a table. Anne Hamilton has a few words to say about her work.
So what I did was decide that I would be very interested in using that blue clothing that comes from actual labor or a laboring class. So how is it that materials can actually evoke the presence of something that's not stated? It became apparent to me that how those materials are handled, that the way in which they're touched, is actually as much a part of the meaning of the project, the embedded, embodied quality of the material, as the blue cotton and the form of the shirts and the pants themselves and their reference to a labor class. A whole mass of pants and a whole mass of shirts. It was trying to honor a kind of individual history within a collective accumulation.